So, hello and welcome to Knights of Immortality, Session 0. So, with that, let's go around. I know we had a little bit of technical difficulties with Cam and getting everything situated, but you got everything good?
Yes, I believe so.
Perfect. All right, let's check in with everybody and see how everyone is doing. And then we'll get into some of the nitty-gritty things, having little bits of fun, rolling stats, discussing character ideas, things of that nature. Idril, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. This is the first time that I've actually asked a player, and then the first thing that they responded with is, "How am I doing?" Usually it takes a few weeks.
Damn.
So,
Get ready for every time.
note to self: give Beedrill inspiration a lot. All right, okay.
Oh yeah.
Wolfart, how you doing this week?
Good. Just crazy busy work, but glad to be playing tonight.
3-day weekend though.
Fuck yeah.
Pete, how you doing this week?
Next.
Sounds like you're still enjoying some snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Loxer, how you doing?
I mean, better now.
Good. And last but not least, Boonsy, how you doing this week?
Decent week. I'm not going to say anything too terrible, but I feel like everybody that I spoke with this week was already on the weekend.
Especially today. Today, more so than any other day throughout the week, everyone was just like, "I'm cashed out. See y'all
What's
next
that
week."
like?
One day
Oof.
you'll know. Well, I'm glad that everyone had at least a decent week. Look forward to getting into, well, not just the story for this, but also seeing what each of your character ideas come out to be.
Yeah, me too.
So, gonna get a little bit of tavern party music going, and before we roll any stats, I have a couple of questions for each of you.
Same to you.
All right, you want to go first?
Sure.
All right.
This campaign, where is it going to be based, temperate-wise?
For the temporary time, it will be based in the map that you see before you, but that will change.
Like to the south or the north, or do we know?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, that
Cold,
information,
warm.
you are not sure.
What?
Yep. We'll get into a little bit of that later. It'll give you some bits of information, but there's a couple of things I need to get from each of you before getting to that point.
All right, you go first then.
So in lawyer's terms, he doesn't know yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
No.
How dare you?
I dare.
As he's flipping through his notes. It's like, where are we?
Nope. So, well, first off, everyone will be starting in Dragon, which is the bottom area of Elista. But with that in mind, as stated, well, of course it depends on what each of you do, because what I put forth isn't necessarily what you guys have to accomplish by any sense of the means. It is, I guess, more so of a reason to meet up, and then if the group decides to do something else, then that's what the group does. But to
It
give
looks
you,
like desert dragon.
it's near plains, just south of Glentz, which is a very lively forest, and it is just along the coastline.
It's near plains. That means there's mosquitoes, right?
Yes, very
Okay.
much so.
Checking.
So, the first thing that I would like to ask the party is this. What is one of your favorite things to do in D&D? And with that, I guess, being to each of you, take your turns, be polite, but whoever would like to go first, feel free.
I'll go first.
Oh.
I think one of my favorite things to do in D&D is probably try to throw a curveball into the adventure at some point. For the DM and for the player.
So
Do something out of the ordinary.
specifically meaning like out of a player point of view, or just either or?
Either or. Yeah, just do something different in a situation that nobody would really expect.
Okay. You can see that. Who'd like to go next?
I guess I can. I like a decent mix of like combat and roleplay. I do like twists as well. But I do really enjoy like progressing and finding about the story in general and where we're gonna like what direction we head in and just kind of discovering the world and people's lives, I guess. But I am very much into the combat as well, and I do like finding cool combos and shit to make like that. Also, crafting and stuff is cool. I like crafting.
Yeah, making your own items always seems to be a little bit more self-fulfilling.
Yes.
I personally like character creation, making probably the most interesting and non-generic character I can possibly think of, and then, getting to draw them later.
Uh-oh, Rhythmbot got mad. Whoop. I don't know what I hit, but I disconnected myself.
Yeah. I mean, I only have 64 characters created in D&D Beyond, but
That's
know.
it.
What?
You'll get to 100 one day.
Oh yeah.
And one day you'll be cool and hit triple digits.
I can't hear you, Kyle. I think
Yeah, your mic's
went-
messing
Yeah,
up.
your mic's going berserk.
Mm-hmm.
Cable got loose or something.
Weirdly enough, I can hear him fine on stream.
Hmm.
It's just Discord.
The signal's like
that any
full.
better?
That's the weird thing. Can barely hear.
Discord is a strange thing.
Yeah, he was.
Testing. Testing. Testing.
Caught something from the background.
Hey, Boonsy, have you
Mhm.
seen my
There we go. Did
HDMI
that
to
change
USB
anything for
port?
us?
Yeah, you can hear it. now.
Yes.
I
Okay.
have not used it.
The auto sensitivity to like adjust, like if it picks up background noise, it makes everything weird. They say you should leave it on, but I disagree. So what was the last thing you guys heard before I got disconnected?
They were talking about character creation, and then I think you started to say something about it, and we didn't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I'm not even really sure. But it wasn't important. It's just, I guess, probably like an opinion.
Yeah, I said
Insert
something
witty
about making a
comment.
lot of characters in D&D Beyond, and
Oh,
Boonsy
I
was
said
like,
one
"Wait
day
till you
you'll
hit
be
100."
cool and get it to triple digits. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, well yeah, Boonsy literally said like at the same time, like wait till you hit 100. So yeah, yeah.
100 characters.
Hey, anybody else?
Mine would definitely be just role playing the character in general because I can really get into some role playing when it comes to the character that I created.
Oh yeah, definitely when you can get behind a character.
Oh
And it
yeah.
makes it way more fun.
Pete said character creation.
Peach is like, this
Yeah,
is my best.
I agree with Cam. Yeah,
Mhm.
you know, developing the character and then watching it grow. You know, building into the background, characteristics, stuff like that. It's my favorite aspect of the game.
Word. Well, then my second question for each of you is this. With your favorite thing in mind, or not if you prefer, what is one thing in a D&D game that you've always wanted to do or still want to do but may have never done?
It's easy for me. Reach level 20.
Well, that's a good one.
I have to second that.
Yeah, I was just about to say have a character that goes over level 5.
Yeah, that's
Didn't you
generally
have a
pet
character
peeve.
that was like level 7 with us and you're like a couple levels ahead of the party when you were introduced?
This is true.
For like a couple weeks
Doesn't count. A couple weeks.
before that game ended.
I mean, I agree. Not like ending games before you hit later levels is kind of a pet peeve of mine too. Like not even hitting like level 6 or something, and then the game ends. But I've also always wanted to play an evil campaign. I've never been able to do that.
See, that doesn't interest me at all.
Like it's definitely weird and it's got a lot of catches to it because it's hard to like role play. Like you can't just be straight chaotic evil. You got to play like lawful evil. Like you
Yeah.
can't just straight up murder everyone. You've got to like
Yeah.
swindle people and stuff and
Well,
like
that's different. Yeah.
not get caught killing
Mhm.
people kind of thing. So it's not as far from normal play as you think. You're just not like generally good in helping people.
Play more like a devil instead of a demon.
Exactly.
Kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like
That's
basically
exactly.
convince someone to like
Yeah,
help you
that would
rob
be pretty
somebody,
cool.
but tell them that it's like for an
Right.
orphanage, and then you're just like, thanks, dude,
Yeah.
and then you run off with all the money.
Yeah, like we had an idea for another campaign, like with the whole Avernus thing, where the demons and devils war, like playing as devils against the demon army, or something like that. That would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't think I ever would. In my opinion, I don't think I'd ever make a chaotic evil character. I just don't.
Yeah, no, that
Running
wouldn't.
around murder hobo
Yeah, no, that I don't see that working either.
just doesn't
Yeah,
seem
that's
that
pretty
great.
Like a
basically
lawful
what it
evil
is.
or neutral evil, potentially.
I've done a lawful
Yeah.
evil. They are a lot of work.
Yeah,
Got to put a lot of thought into your lawfulness when you're evil.
Mhm.
I mean, you could technically still do good things because
Yeah.
you're trying to be lawful, but not because you want to be good out of the nature of your heart. It's because you don't want to go to jail.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I think my thing is I like fighting dangerous opponents, like unique monsters and dangerous opponents. And I've never come close to close in a combat with a beholder. And I think that would be kind of.
They're fucking terrible to fight.
I've heard.
They're
I
awful.
have heard.
God.
And I've read extensively about them, and they look awful.
Yes.
Listen, Ty, if you think about even throwing something at me like that in the campaign,
Don't you worry.
I would just spam lightning bolt.
Well, where I'm the DM, it's all about dragons, so.
True. Dragon Beholder.
Dragons are terrible to fight though,
A
unless you have a way to
dragon
get to them.
beholder.
Yeah, like if you're a barbarian, like you're fucked fighting a dragon, unless
Yeah.
you have a way to fly or something. Yeah.
For me, like in the beginning, creating some stories, I did a lot of it developing around dragons, but then more lore I learned about with like races like the Yuan-Ti or like things in like the Underdark, things of that manner, and just reading more in like the monster manual, seeing different kinds of things. I've kind of gotten away from dragons. Like I think some things are a little bit more unique in that aspect.
Mhm.
Still cool, nonetheless. Don't get me wrong, but
But each type of dragon has its own technique of fighting as well. They don't all fight the same.
Yes.
Some prefer, battle from the air. Some will come down on the ground.
I'm our spellcaster. Same thing goes with giants.
Yeah, and see, the dragons in my game are spellcasters.
Oh,
Speaking of giants, I hate storm giants. They can go
Yeah. Oh wait, like nobody
jump into
ever
nowhere.
fights. That's so rare to fight a storm giant though. Like you don't even really see that in Storm King's Thunder.
I had a campaign
But when
up
it
to
shows
fight
up,
5
I'm
of
leaving.
them.
Yep.
And it's pretty cool. They got the shit beat out of them, but they won. I think that was the closest encounter for that like entire campaign.
Yeah, those
Like
storm giants were nuts.
The blink abilities they have is fucking scary. It's like, oh, you've got them blocked off? Okay, I'm just gonna teleport behind you. Like,
Storm giants can do that?
I think so.
Mhm.
Like they're like, oh, you
They're
got the mage
crazy.
in the back. I'm gonna teleport to your mage and just like one hit him. Like,
It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
hell
just like
yeah.
misty step to the mage, you know. Like
And I
keep
would
that in
even
mind.
argue that they're smart enough to know like who the mage is because they're
Oh,
casters
yeah.
themselves and things.
they've got like
So-
30 int or something crazy.
All right. Well, it seems that general consensus is getting into like the later end in levels along with that. I kind of think almost goes hand in hand with fighting more unique things. So, those are the two questions that I had for each of you. So the next thing I need is just one of you to volunteer to roll me a d20 plus an 11.
Okay. I mean, no one else I can.
Bring on the flumps.
11.
The rabbit from Monty Python.
If you roll poorly, it's all your fault.
Yep.
Oh god.
18. It's a good number.
Yeah, not
My
bad.
birth date.
All right. So now for a little bit more of the fun part for each of you. How we want to roll stats, I guess, would be the first thing to start off with for a character creation. So, of course, we have suggestions in the book. You can do a more idiotic style like I had done the first time and go 3d6 straight down the line. You can do 3d6 and reorganize.
That's
Like-
hardcore.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's first edition right there.
Yep.
That's how you get a fucking 3 for a stat.
Hey, my character
Mhm.
couldn't read or write, and I think like auto failed like some rolls because of his negative wisdom mods.
I mean, even with the 46 d6s, I one time rolled a 4. Like,
Yeah, I rolled a 5.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
then of course
so-
you have the 4d6 drop the lowest one. I've also done like the point buy system. I think it's with 27 points overall, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
4d6, drop the lowest one, but re-roll ones. There are plenty of options on the table. The only thing I ask is that each of you decide on one as a group together. But I leave the choice for each of you.
How nice do we want to be to ourselves, and how much do we want to gamble?
I mean, personally, I like the idea of doing the 46 and re-rolling ones.
I vote
Yeah.
for that one as well.
I think that's what we did in the Friday game previously, and then on our Thursday game we did the same thing, except you roll your 6 scores twice, and then you take the better set of the two, and that one's like really forgiving. That might be a little too far,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I like the roll 4d6 and re-roll the ones.
That's 3 of us.
You want to do or reroll one infinitely or just once?
I think it was infinitely. But
Let's make it a little challenge. Let's just re-roll it once.
Yeah, I can go for that.
Just that way, if you roll a one, you have the chance of still getting a one.
right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of skills that do that. too.
What about rolling 7 stats and then dropping the lowest?
Along with re-rolling ones?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're only re-rolling it once.
Yeah, if you want another boost.
I don't know. I mean, we don't have to. I'm just.
That's how I got my players to roll.
I do like
Yeah,
the 7
roll
stats
4d6.
because then if you roll a low one and you just want it for roleplay, you can keep it.
Fair enough.
Sounds good to me.
I like it.
I second that notion.
Who are we missing? Roll 20.
We don't have Beedrill.
What?
Yeah, you're not in
Okay.
the game.
Oh, do I
yeah.
need to launch the game?
Yeah, you need a launch game.
Oh, that's awesome.
If you want to see your character sheet and stuff.
Kim, I can't hear you. I don't know if you've been talking.
Yeah, definitely.
It's lighting
We
up in
roll
no
to see who
place.
goes first.
Oh,
So, just to clarify, I think what the consensus is at the moment is 4d6, reroll ones, but you get to roll 7 rolls, so that way you can swap out at least one. But if you reroll the 1, you can only do so once.
Right.
uh-huh.
I don't have a formula for that. So I have to manually do that.
There is one. I've seen it before.
Yeah, the one I had is it just keeps rolling until you don't have any.
And I don't have a template for that. I used to have one saved somewhere, and I don't remember where it was at.
You can afford.
You doing, Kitty?
Yeah. Let's see. Here, I guess this will work.
That's a big.
I think that's just once, though.
And yours, Matt, looks like it's for 2 sets, right?
Right. The idea is to do, drop your ones and then you pick the better set of
Right.
the two.
Okay.
So, and that's probably like the most forgiving as far as stats rolls.
Yeah, that's how I had my players do that. If I
I
ever
put-
run another campaign, I'm going to start them all off with a 10, then make them roll d8s stats.
Not sure if this works, but I found this.
You gonna test it? Oh, it's only rolling one die. Or-
Yeah, well, it only rolls one die. So
Oh,
we could
there's
probably like copy and paste it a few times.
Um,
I'm just seeing if it does it the right way.
I think this one here rolls 6 stats, but it doesn't drop the lowest one, so you just have to re-roll the one, any of the ones the first time.
Rolling 7. Your result?
Actually, that's
7.
that was actually 2 rolls.
Anybody gonna test that out?
This is a test, it's not legit.
Rolls all 18s.
It's legit.
It's
I mean, it's not
legit.
bad,
It's legit.
But yeah, so I mean, you just gotta look through them and see if any of them have ones. So the second one has a 1.
Yeah.
Third
One has a 1.
So you just have to roll
Fourth one has
individual
a 1.
d6s to replace
Fifth one
that.
has a 1.
Yeah. So all the middle, the second, third, fourth,
Yeah.
and fifth all at once. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But again, you just replace them one at a time, and
Right.
again, you only
Okay, yeah,
have to
we could do
re-roll
that.
once.
Oh,
Yeah,
we'll just
but
do
as
one
long-
person
that'll
rolling
work.
at a time,
Yeah, as long as one person rolls at a time, we're good.
and
yeah.
then we'll just wrap it up
So-
and write it down.
So that's the later one I posted.
Do we roll a d5 to see who goes first? Or how are we going to
Sure.
do this?
Roll d20s to see who goes
I was
first.
gonna say roll initiative, but that doesn't really help
Okay.
us right now.
D20s?
D20s, highest goes first.
Not me. 9. 3.
Haha, you're still in the lead.
I go 4. 5. Oh my god.
You go first.
Oh my god.
Joke's on you.
17. There it is.
17.
Cam. Ladies first. Who's missing?
Oh, we still got Beedrill. Come on,
Okay,
Beedrill.
so highest going first right now. We have a 17. And can we get a new lead?
Oh, he disconnected. He ran away.
Not doing it.
He's scared. my kitty's so small, he's asleep on my foot.
Dude, my
Your
cat's
kid?
my cat's big
My-
enough and it
my
does
kitty
that
cat.
anyways.
Oh, I thought you said my kid is
kid's
so small.
No, my kitty. Yeah, my girlfriend got us a kitty.
Yeah. Well,
Solid black cat.
Bones, you rolling low tonight.
Now, not
Well,
in
this is-
Spanish tradition. They're supposed to be good luck.
I wanted to roll because I wanted to go last. You got to roll your d20.
if you ain't first, you're last.
Oh, big fire.
Cam, are you talking?
Her mic's not working.
She is. I'm not hearing her.
Oh, I see the light, yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't hear no
it just
sound.
stopped working
Well-
at some point.
I've been cussing us all out this whole time.
Y'all motherfuckers don't shut up. That's what she's saying.
Don't let me get a word in edgewise.
Seven.
Oh,
You're
wow.
third.
Alright, can we do a mic check for everyone real quick? Just straight down the line. Pedro?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Bouncy?
Check.
Cool. Groot?
Here.
Cool. Wolfheart?
Check.
Alright, and then I know Cam's mic is...
I'm internally screaming.
Oh,
Ah,
we
Oh,
heard
there
I
you
that.
can hear her now.
Oh my god.
I haven't really been talking, but I guess he didn't hear what little I have said.
Well, back to the
Yeah.
world of the living.
We are immortal.
Well, so
So,
if it's still the same thing, Cam, you get to roll your stats first. 4d6, drop the lowest one, of course. Re-roll any ones, but you only get to do so once. And you get one extra roll, right? Make sure. I
Yeah,
have
we're
that
rolling
correct.
7 stats and dropping the lowest.
So, Discord,
or whatever
hey,
you use. Yeah.
the bottom one.
Oh, it was cutting out. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna disconnect.
and then you just do /R space and then paste that.
Oh, I just copied and pasted that what I had. I didn't do a /R or anything.
Oh, you don't?
I didn't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You don't have to. Yeah.
The
Copy
normal?
and paste.
I think with formulas you don't have to.
Okay, so this one, just roll 2 6s to re-roll those ones.
She got a
They
1
all
in
have-
every single one of her rolls.
Yeah, they all have one.
I mean, that just means she's gonna have better scores overall after. She
And you
rolls
also get
them.
another roll too. It's only 6. We get 7 rolls, right?
Yeah, you're gonna have to do one more after all those. Yeah.
Let's just re-roll the ones for now.
I mean,
keep track of it.
Technically,
Start off
you
with
could
the
just
ones.
paste an extra one of these.
Okay. That is 6, 11, a total of 11 for the first one.
Hold on, let me get a piece of paper to write this down.
I got it in the chat. I'll,
Yeah,
I'll
we'll write it in
enter it in as soon as you're done re-rolling the ones. But you just gotta roll d6s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little lost.
The next one is roll one more d6. Because we're just doing it manually, because there's no code for it.
Oh,
That one
Hey.
stays the same.
God.
Well, I
Well,
did.
I mean, that's cool. That's still 14.
Yeah,
yeah.
Roll
that-
2 d6s.
Hey.
That's better.
6. There you go.
So that's 12, 15. Roll 1d6.
So we are doing 2 sets.
No, that
Just
was
1.
Yeah.
Okay. I just
That's a
wasn't.
12.
So we're going off the first one, which is the 8, 14, 10 so far, right?
First
Yeah, that
one,
was
yeah.
the one I was a little lost.
One
with
more
what the
d6.
formula exactly was.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I'm copying this down myself, just to confirm work kind of thing.
That one stays at 13. And then the last d6. Because you rolled a lot of ones.
But the last one's a 6.
Ah!
Oh, well,
another
it's still
one.
Monster 60.
You rolled a 655.
16, yeah.
It would have been hard to beat.
But then you do need to roll one more.
Those are your
Yeah.
stats.
Well, you need to roll a 7th, right?
Yep. And now
Yep, you're gonna roll one more 4d6.
you can roll 4d6 now.
And then you basically have a substitution stat. Roll
Another D6.
Reroll the
more
one.
d6.
Go.
So far, if you want, you can have
Getting them out of the way.
You're rolling a lot of ones. So it's a 3 instead.
that's
So
an
that
8. Or not an 8.
Still
yeah,
an 8.
Still an 8.
is still an 8.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, because it
Yeah.
added the 1. So,
Yeah, because that was a 7 before. It went,
Yeah.
it went up by 1.
Exactly. So you have an 8 for your alt stat. So 11, 14, 15, 12, 13, 16, and an 8 if you wish to use it.
How did I perfectly manage to count up?
Oh no, you're insane.
And you also notice that I put the names for everyone's Discord name on the overlay in alphabetical order.
Oh yeah,
You're like, I like that how you did that, and I was like, total accident, didn't mean to.
I like patterns. Apparently, my brain is like, yes.
That is the most pleasing stat block I've ever seen. The race and everything's gonna mess it up, but it's still numerical.
Hey, for a cleric, that's not bad, right?
I'm
No, you
being a
probably-
rogue.
She's a rogue.
He's rogue. I'm a
you were
cleric.
gonna. I thought. Oh, I forgot that was actually just a joke where everyone was gonna play a cleric. I was
Oops,
still
all cleric.
dreading that. I was like, oh no.
You said
My
it. Now we
turn.
have to do it.
Your turn.
One of
My
these
turn.
days.
I think it's
Go.
Pete's turn.
Come on.
That's a lot of
No
ones.
whammies.
Shit. Ooh.
Ooh.
Got a 17 though.
Oh wait, there's only
Almost,
6?
almost the
the
one in every single
17
one.
has a 1. You could get a possible 18.
Oh yeah.
So the
So
first
for the
stat's
first
15.
So
one-
that turns 15. Yeah.
Nice.
2d6 for that 7.
The second one's an 11, no ones.
3. So that's 9.
9!
The third stat. Yeah. Let me roll a d6 for that 12. Oh, a
Nice.
6.
So that's a
So that's
15.
15.
There you go.
Yeah. And the 17. Let me roll
Yeah.
that.
Get that 6, buddy. Get the 18.
Mm,
Ah,
No,
still
it
17.
stays the same.
mm,
Hey,
Then another
17's
D6 for
nothing to
that.
complain about, though.
It's still a good stat.
No.
Ah,
Mhm.
13.
That stays
No.
the same.
And
And one more.
then you have your one
Mhm.
extra stat.
Okay.
That's what I had from his rolls. And that's
12.
a 12.
Replace
So,
that
mean,
that
replacing
9.
the 9.
There you go. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
you're all 10 plus
Yeah.
or 11 plus.
Ah, Thank you for keeping track, Boonsy.
Wait, that one was me.
Oh, Kyle's got it this time.
Gentlemen,
Ouch.
gentlemen and the scholars.
Damn.
Make sure never give Pete inspiration. Got it? Like I said, just to basically confirm work.
Yeah, that's just it in order.
Okay.
Thank you.
Third, I believe, was you, Aaron.
No.
Yeah, I believe so.
Probably one of the
Y'all
most-
ready for these 6
All the
stats?
ones
I'm
rolled
about
under
to pop
10.
up? You ready for these 6 stats? Do I have to copy the one that Matt put and then
Yeah.
paste it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
just
bottom
copy
one.
the whole text and paste it, yeah. Damn!
Oh,
This is pretty good.
whoa.
There's
I
one in the second
for some reason it
one.
blew out. Hold on. I'm coming back.
Not that many ones.
Yeah.
I gotta re-roll 1. Okay,
Mm.
hold on.
You got 3 of them that had ones.
So first reroll,
First free rolls for the 16.
still
Oh,
one.
16.
Oh, come on now.
Oh God, you got it. I'll leave it to you.
14, 14 sticks.
I gotta channel that big dig energy. Hold on.
This one's for the 8.
Another
Wow.
reroll.
Bring that 8 up.
Brings it up to a 9.
Yep.
Yeah.
Better.
This one's for the 13.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
That
Same.
one sticks.
And then the 12 sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And then you need to do one more set of 46 for the 7th set to see if
Okay.
just do /R space 46.
And it's a 14.
Oh, that's good.
So that's
That's a
what your
good
total rolls are that I have. 13, 16, 14, 9, 13, 12.
We gotta drop
8.
one that's a 12.
Oh, the alt rolls
Wait,
a 12, sorry. I
Yeah.
got dropped to 2.
that's a 12.
Not bad.
Which could replace your
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, ready for the dumbest cleric you've ever seen.
I'm ready.
So, if you do decide to replace your 9, it looks like your stats will be 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 16.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Awesome.
Then
Pretty good.
Me next.
fourth, we have Matt.
Alright, let me copy.
Somebody roll an 18.
That's it.
I want to see it.
Oh.
I mean, if
Oh,
you
no,
insist,
you-
I'll roll 6. 6 18s coming up.
Oh my god.
I rolled
Wait,
3.
are you rolling something or am I?
That's the most I've ever
Oh,
rolled.
you're up.
Okay, I'll roll now then.
I rolled a 3 on that
That was for
initiative.
a barbarian, so.
Oh, that's a lot of ones in the
Oh,
first one.
Ooh.
So 3 ones on the first one.
3 ones on the first one.
So 3 ones on the first.
Man.
You have a 1 in every roll except for the 11.
Yeah. All right. So the
Yep.
first one.
3d6.
Ooh.
Oh, there's your 18.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There it is.
That'll
Wow.
do it.
Nice.
All right. Take it.
Nice.
What are the odds?
So
Never told me the odds.
yeah, that's,
When you re-roll ones into 10, 18.
that's amazing.
That's nutty.
1d6
So-
for this one.
This could be a 17.
That one sticks.
All right. Next is 1d6. I don't know why. Oh, I need to take off the plus 11.
Plus 11.
That was from earlier with the
What?
d20 roll. Yeah. Right. 4. So that comes up to
9. Right?
8.
7,
Yeah.
9.
Yeah. Another d6. Yeah.
There you go.
That brings you
one's,
to a 12 for the
12.
8.
Damn, 6 only brings me to a 12.
Well, there were 2 2s in there.
Yeah, I know. Let's see.
This one's for your 16. Another possible 18 stat block here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Nope.
4.
Ooh.
That one
stays the
stays the same.
same.
Yep.
And then this last one stays the same. And then I gotta roll 46.
roll your extra. Yep.
Another 18?
I'm waiting for Kyle to tally up.
Go ahead.
Whatever.
You're good. All right.
Okay.
2 6s so far. So
Roll
right now,
one.
total of 15.
Ooh.
Hold up.
And
Reroll 1.
reroll.
Oh.
15.
Ah,
I mean, hey, it's still a
Oh.
great score. I mean,
That's
Still
what I
good,
Yeah,
had.
man.
still good.
That's what I
Still
had for
good.
his stat rolls. 18, 13, 9, 12, 16, 11. The alt roll is a 15.
All right. Now that I bragged about it, here comes
Please.
all ones.
So, just real quick though, before you roll, Matt, I'm guessing you're just replacing the 9?
Yeah.
Okay, so yours goes to, like, not in order, but just to do it like this. And 15, 16, and then your 18. That's your stat block.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, reorganize as you wish, but go ahead,
Mhm.
Bouncy.
Oh, very mediocre.
Ooh. Wow, you're so average.
So the
Very
11, the
mediocre.
11 stays. The first 11 stays. You get to re-roll 1 for the next one. The 13 stays.
Ooh.
All right, so
12.
that turns into a 12. You get the 13 stays, and then you get 1 for the 10. Ooh, there's 1. 10. 14.
14.
Okay.
The
That's
14
my original
the 14 sticks.
And then for the last one,
The
7.
last
Four
one
and a
you have
3.
2, so a 4 and a 3, which will then bring you to a 10.
nice. Very average.
Yeah, you are average
Your
Joe.
alt roll.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
it's
good
Oh.
God.
not going to be a great alt roll, but it might be able to replace your 10.
Oh.
9
12.
and 11.
Yeah,
12.
that's 12.
Yeah, it's 12.
Oh yeah, the other
That's
one's
3 and 3 and
12.
6.
So
So average.
so are you replacing the 10?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's
So
probably
be
actually a little
11,
higher.
12.
It's above average.
Considering you have nothing below a 10, that's actually a little above average, I think.
I believe those are your
Because
If you don't make a
stats.
person
Yep.
named AJ for average Joe, I will be very upset.
'Cause you could easily get a 16, and that's you're not typically above a 16 on stat buy. So
That's
I mean,
okay. It's okay. I'm going
I s-
fighter. So
Boonsy's just gonna name his character Akka and get a good laugh.
no. That's better stats than Akka.
Touche.
Akka.
I was gonna say it's slightly better stats, and I'm like level 9.
Aka Flocka Flame.
Oh.
Well, I mean, overall, Bouncy, you having like an average stat, with that being the worst for the group, that's not bad. That's, I mean, again, without any racial bonuses, things of that manner. Of course, we'll be playing with all the new rules up to date for 5e. So, I mean, racial bonuses are pretty much a thing of the past, but we won't be limited to that aspect. Of course, if you choose like a human, but you want like the elf bonuses, of course you're just gonna have to add the elf bonuses. You don't get to like change them up, I believe. I think it just sticks as it is, if I'm not mistaken.
So you're telling me I can't be 3 different things at once?
You can't
Come
class
Telling
on,
me
wise.
man.
I can't be a human, orc, elf,
Well, you can
tiefling.
be at least 2 things at once.
That's
Dude, I think D&D Beyond just took a shit. Like, it is not loading.
I'm gonna do that later because it's slowing down my computer.
Oh, okay, it's
So,
working now.
with each of you having your stats now, I believe the next thing would be, I guess, each of you discussing. Well, actually, I think we kind of not really cemented it, but had at least an idea of everyone's class. But I'll let each of you kind of discuss and make sure that there doesn't need to be any changes. Anything of that note.
Yes, I'm still gonna be cleric.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna stay monk.
like I said, I'm gonna be fighter.
Rogue.
I'm in between the cleric and the divine sorcerer. I just gotta load the stats in and see what I look like for both of them.
Although I swore never to heal again. Fuck, what was his name? Hanzo. No, it's not Hanzo. It was on the tip of my tongue, and I lost it.
Angie?
It'll come back to me. There it is. It's been a long time since I played Overwatch.
So, since each of you have like a bit of a class, what I will do is read off this little bit that I had prepared. Well before we started tonight. Death stare. Maybe it can give a bit of a inspiration for backstories, anything of that manner. So, our story will begin on March 18th, year 1101, in the city of Dragon, where each of you have been gathered to attend a hearing which corresponds with new opportunities beyond the horizon. Master Hamedi, the leader of Dragon, a Luxodon cleric, has sent out the word to any adventurer willing to go. Perhaps you answered this call in hopes of starting a new life, escaping an evil past. Or maybe you just see this as a new chance to take advantage and gain gold. However, this is for you to decide. The destination is a small cluster of islands nearly 2 weeks away by ship from the point of setting sail at Dragon. This cluster of islands is referred to the Conquest Island Chain. Now, for Dragon, there is a little bit of notes just to give like a little bit of the city structure, things of that manner. And then if anyone has any questions of other like major cities perhaps that are around that you can see out on the map, I do have names for the smaller villages. It just gets a little clustered when you add all of them. So if there's any questions for that, just let me know. But for Dragon, it's stationed along the city. The city is home to mainly Luxodons, while containing humans and elves as well, that migrated from the city of Glentz. Dragon is led by Master Hamedi, a male Luxodon cleric. A beautiful stone city containing a highly religious influence. Has gold-trimmed roofs, polished stone buildings, and walkways. Some of the buildings are encased in rare gems and jewels to decorate the walls as well. This style of building is all done in the name of the gods for Elista. The city is very majestic and calm each that enters. So I wanted to give a little bit of that as maybe like possible ideas for, like I was saying, a character backstory thing of that nature. But with that being our main focal starting point, like I said, if anyone wants to be from near or around the area, of course, or perhaps from even the other side of the world, if that's what you wish, then I can give you a little bit of description of the area if needed.
Well, me and Cam sort of have a joint backstory developing.
That's perfect. Having
It's going to be the second time I make a twin.
having characters intertwined with a backstory is always fun. I mean, for when we did it, Bouncy and TOA, I mean, one of the most devastating moments in that campaign was definitely when his twin brother died.
Oh yeah.
And I like to the point where he actually lost the ability to speak common.
Oh.
had a bit of a psychotic snap, if you will. So things to play into that are always neat, especially when it comes to character death.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course,
Browsing another one.
I mean, just as a quick question, I should have asked this a little bit sooner, but just to make sure, with the rule changes and everything that we had discussed last week, just making sure everyone's still on board with that, I will be able to post more information in the chat if need be. And also, I can go ahead and pin the gods and things of that manner in case anyone needs references.
Yeah, I would need them for.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm not gonna need those.
He said, "Screw your gods. I have money."
I don't have that either.
He's a monk. He starts with like 5 gold
Yeah.
Oh,
shekels
gold,
to
yeah.
his name.
mm.
5 gold. You're right.
Yep.
Okay, each of the gods are posted. And then I do believe that is what we had settled on for the rules. Healer kits, the rest variation, which, just out of curiosity, what if we didn't change the short rest and it was just still 8 hours? Think it would be that detrimental? It was just a question that had been brought up. So, I mean, of course, not changing anything because this is what we had settled on. Unless, like, you know, anything happens where we feel like, you know, it needs to be changed by any means. But just out of curiosity.
Um,
I'm not really a fan of that.
I mean, I thought it was a good question. I said I'd bring it up to people, but
Mhm.
I mean, other than
And
that,
the whole
no
idea of a
worries.
short rest is to be able to take a break and continue on the same day.
Right.
That's kind of the whole.
Just
That's the whole point of a short rest.
sleeping.
Yeah, like I said, not planning on changing anything unless, kind of needs to be from figuring out things to gameplay, things that just don't really seem to work or whatever the case may be. But, I mean, other than that, like I said, just curious since we had a pretty good discussion about it when meeting up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, each of you have your stats. Each of you have your class in mind. I'm not really sure what else. I mean, from my end, that I need from each of you. So, are there any questions or anything for me from you?
We level up?
No, not yet.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Did I answer your environmental area question there, Boonsy?
For Dragon?
Not just that, but where, what's kind of drawing each of you there is hearing the word of, basically this chain of islands.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Question: what's the difference between the two sets of gods? There's the Elista gods, and then the ones below that. What are those? Or there's just more Elista gods?
Yeah, I can't put
Okay.
it all under the same
Too much to
pen
type.
because it's too much.
Okay, I was just making sure they weren't like a different plane of existence or something.
Oh man, character creation. We're not using homebrew content, right?
In what manner?
Because one of the selections for D&D Beyond is homebrew content, and I don't know if we're allowed to do that.
Oh, I mean, I'm open to unearthed arcana kind of things, which I think falls under the homebrew perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Which on D&D Beyond, of course, you're kind of limited to, so you might have to if you're gonna do that, look into editing more of the sheet directly on Roll20 versus D&D
Mm-hmm.
Beyond, because other than the books that are being shared by Wolfart,
Well,
so many choices.
keep in mind, I
Right.
think you need to enable that if you make a homebrew magic item and give it to us, we would have to create it in D&D Beyond, and you'd need that checked, I think,
Yes, that
to
as
be able
well.
to use that. So,
Oh, okay.
Well,
there's
which brings up a good point. I mean, 4 of you have played in campaigns with me, kind of either testing things out or in other stories while we've been doing the stream. However, just so you know, Beedrill, the +1/+1 swords, any kind of +1 benefit for armor, things of that nature, most of that isn't considered magical.
Right.
Now, if it has like a booming blade effect on it or something, like when you hit a creature with it, then of course that's magical. But other than that, the damage increase, the chance to hit, extra protection, things of that manner, is just the quality of craftsmanship.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm just trying to get everything down so that way I don't have to do it later.
Well, like I said before, just to double check, are there any questions for me so far?
No, none from me.
I'm just trying to decide on which one to play. The divine sorcerer or the twilight
Roll
cleric.
for it.
And once
How
you
about
roll
that?
for it and you see the outcome, you'll know in your heart.
That it was the
Yeah.
wrong
Because
choice.
Yep.
because if you don't want to play it still, then you know it's the other one.
True.
The Twilight Cleric's really cool. It's new, and I wanted to play it. But the Divine Soul Sorcerer, I've also always wanted to play. It's just not really.
Well,
They're fun. I'm playing one right now.
just to double check, because this determines kind of the next thing I'm going to say is, what is everyone's experience? I kind of understand Pete's, Wolfheart's. I'm pretty sure Lady Loxer has more time played overall in D&D than probably a couple years.
Yeah.
And I got a good idea of Bouncy, considering he, kind of taught me. And so I guess it just leaves you, Beedrill.
I have a good gist of D&D. Like I've been playing for quite a bit, but I haven't really used D&D Beyond like that. I normally
Okay.
play in person.
Word. So,
Okay.
the reason I asked that is just because of this aspect. What I've been introducing into the starting of the new campaigns is doing what I call a tutorial kind of period, which pretty much accomplishes a couple of things. Gets everyone a little used to the functions of Roll20, how it kind of works, get how the dice rolls, and if you're going to roll from D&D Beyond, for an example, what extensions you need, and get all that kind of situated.
Hmm.
And then it also gives everyone an idea of how combat is run, because instead of springing things on you, it'll, give you some ideas to think about.
Okay.
So since everyone's got a bit of experience under their belt, with that in mind, what this the first few sessions, may take a little bit less kind of thing, but it'll essentially just be like a training session, if you will. But because of the experience, I won't level anyone up during that time frame, which is why I am pretty much open to the fact of shortening it. So if it only takes one session, then it's, or even half a session for that matter.
Hmm. Okay.
But there will be a couple things that need to be accomplished during that time frame, so it may end up taking the majority of one session, if you will. But I feel that it gets everyone more in sync. Not only that, but getting used to responses and role playing with one another, and kind of breaks the ice in that manner too, instead of throwing everyone session one into a dire situation. I.e., goblins with slings that can knock out everyone in one hit. Bouncy.
Those are the best.
What? Oh, those were kobolds. And he threw rocks at you, and his name was David.
um.
Oh my god, he took out our whole
He
party.
one hit 2 spellcasters with nat 20s, and I was like, this kobold's nuts.
Oh my god.
Right when we went into combat, both of our spellcasters got KO'd with a sling attack.
When I'm the DM, I just roll like a monster. I don't know what it is. Every time we get into a fight, and I'm like, this will be an easy fight for everybody, and then I roll nat 20s, and I'm like, okay.
Oh no, maybe I added too many.
Jesus.
Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to go over, because if not, most of this at this point is just each of you creating your backstories, thinking of how you want your character to look, and things of that manner. Yeah, I mean, I've got everything from my notes answered, so I mean, from my end, I think we're good. So when everyone has their characters made and things of that nature, we can get into session 1.
Yay.
Wait, are we playing session 1 now?
Yes, we're playing session 1 now, so you better pick which one you want to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, are we
So,
immediately
what
jumping
I'm-
into it,
I
or are
don't
we?
think so.
What I'm gonna need you to do is lock everything in, find tokens, and let's get this show. No.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
I
listen, I'm
figured-
ready.
Of course, like with how I like to do things with stories, things of that manner. I do enjoy including backstories. So the development on how things kind of open up. As a DM, from how I like to tell the story, I kind of need that information. So, no, we won't be doing session 1 tonight. It's basically just getting everything kind of set for your character, and then, each of you going from there. But with that
But you
in
know,
mind,
I'm a very pretty tiefling.
I believe that would put us on June 11th. If
Day was
everyone-
that?
What's that?
I didn't hear you. You broke
Oh.
up for me.
June 11th.
Okay, June 11th.
So I will post it in chat as well. But then that gives everyone a couple of weeks to, iron out their stuff. At least find a little bit of tokens. Since Lady Loxer does the art, I'm sure she'll probably just draw hers before finding just something to, as a placeholder.
Yee.
Yeah.
So. Well,
Oh.
then I guess that kind of wraps up session 0. It took a little bit shorter time than I kind of anticipated, but,
Oh.
having experienced players kind of makes it go a little bit quicker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I actually
it helps.
ended up Pokemon D&D before I got in here.
How's that going?
It's going well. Somebody got kidnapped, and now they're on their way to rescue them at the moment.
So, just out of curiosity, since we don't really have anything else to do here before we wrap up our live session, I just had a couple questions about it, but we'll pick that up off stream. So, everyone have a good night, and
You as well.
probably
Yeah, you too, dude.
probably play some sort of other game, maybe in a little bit. We'll see.
League.
Maybe. But everyone have a good night. Bye bye.
You too, man.
Yeah.
Bye bye.